What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fires and It's the familiar marketing playbook by Marvel Studios. Every time they're trying to bolster a box office for a movie that's 1 week away, they did it with Multiverse of Madness, starting to release teaser trailers for the Illuminati members, and right around this time, they did it with the Marvels, teasing the X-Men connection about a week before the movie dropped, and now the huge catch is Adamantium, where days ago we got the first trailer mentioning it, but now we have the director, Julius Ona, outright talking about Adamantium's impact and future in the MCU and referencing Wolverine. They confirmed some other details as well. We're breaking it all down, the latest official Adamantium reveal and announcement from the director on Captain America Brave New World and how it relates to the future Mutant Saga. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do. If you're into that kind of thing, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That automatically enters you for our ongoing giveaways. If you want to stick around to the end of the video, we get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Now, as I mentioned moments ago in the prologue, this is an official confirmation. It's coming from the director Julius Ona in his recent interview with Screen Rant. We're going to go off the coverage though from movieweb.com, where they go on to say, quote, "For a long time now, there have been several claims that Captain America Brave New World would be addressing what became of the celestial being that began to emerge from the ocean in the climax of Eternals in 2021. This was confirmed by several shots of Tiamat in the trailers for the upcoming Marvel Studios release. Now, the additional rumor that the dead celestial will bring adamantium into the MCU has been confirmed by recent trailers as well, and starts a path that will lead to the new Wolverine, which has been confirmed by Julius Ona during a recent interview with Screen Rant. This was his exact quote. Adamantium is much more durable. Adamantium is not like vibranium, which can absorb kinetic energy. Adamantium, as we know, will eventually be a part of Project X. It will eventually be a part of the story of Wolverine. So adamantium now becomes this resource that could change the world in a way that's very different, because vibranium is something that is really under the purview of the Wakandans. This is why it became an amazing geopolitical football in our film. And because we haven't had mutants in the past, because we haven't had adamantium, it became such a fun way to surprise audiences with a new sort of vision of what it could be. And I'm just pinching myself that I get to have movies that introduce Red Hulk, that introduce adamantium, and introduces Serpent Society. Now, quick correction here to Julius Ona. I get what he was trying to say, that for a while they couldn't talk about mutants because of the Fox rights, but we have had mutants in the MCU. Namor revealed that he was a mutant, and he's been around for quite some time. Miss Marvel's a mutant. There are mutants now in the MCU, they just haven't been revealed and or explored to the depth that they will be. Now, there were a lot of us who assumed that with Hugh Jackman reportedly sticking around for, as it appears to be, quite some time, and being the MCU's future Wolverine, that they wouldn't re-examine an origin story of him as Weapon X with bonding adamantium to his skeleton. We already know the weapons program exists in the MCU. We saw that with the beginnings in Captain America, the first Avenger. We also know they've kept up the Super Soldier program, because we're about to see it all over again in its brand new incarnation in the upcoming Thunderbolts with Sentry. But as far as it goes with the Weapon X program, again, to have a new Wolverine in the MCU to go through this origin story means that it wouldn't be Hugh Jackman, because that simply wouldn't make any sense at all for his Logan or Wolverine. And obviously something's got to give there. It's Hugh Jackman's Wolverine or it's not. But if there is a recast in the cards, even if this is somewhere way down the line, Julius Ona is definitely acknowledging adamantium's role in that upcoming, talking about it being part of the beginning of the storyline for Wolverine in the MCU, which makes me think it will eventually lead to being impactful for the recast. We may see a rehash of the origin story, but again, somewhere in the very future of the MCU. And there's that famous quote by Kevin Feige talking about an eventual recast, but he saw that as a ways away, and that was before we were getting the reports that Hugh Jackman's Wolverine was going to stick around. He acknowledged how iconic Hugh Jackman is in the role, and quite honestly, because of just having seen Deadpool and Wolverine and seeing him in the role again, I don't think he's aged out at all, especially considering the Mutant Saga might take a couple of notes on what happened and what went wrong with the Multiverse Saga. They may not meander as much and beat around the bush and maybe shorten the length of that saga to get to the crossover and say 5 or 6 years instead of 8 or 9. There's plenty of time for him to play that role and then have a recast sometime after that. Now, ultimately, I know it's going to be a little bit ironic coming from the guy who covers leaks and spoilers for MCU movies, but I really wish Marvel wouldn't do this. We kind of already know what's going on anyway. We don't need these official reveals a week before the movie. We're about to see it, and I think the bottom line is, this doesn't actually help sell tickets. Look, if you're excited about adamantium or an X-Men connection in the Marvels or seeing members of the Illuminati during Multiverse of Madness, that's because you're a major Marvel fan and watch channels like mine. And if you don't already have your tickets, by Friday, literally less than a week away from when this drops in theaters next Thursday. If you don't already have your tickets, I doubt them talking about adamantium is going to move the needle there, so I just feel like it's an unnecessary reveal. What I will, however, give them kudos on is how little footage they've revealed in the trailers and how they've had a new TV spot every day, but it really feels like they've only rehashed the same cut of about 5 minutes of footage, which is the kind of thing I want them to stick to, because I think there's lots of scenes and or huge set pieces in this movie we don't have any idea about. I am super curious to see how Marvel Studios will juggle as many storylines as the director Julius Ona definitely implied there at the end. There's Red Hulk, there's Serpent Society, there's the leader he didn't bring up, but that's part of the Red Hulk storyline. Now there's this story of adamantium and an international conflict between the US and Japan over said adamantium, also addressing what Tiamat is and what he'll become. So many things to try to cover in this film when, oh yeah, by the way, the movie's really about Sam Wilson in his first real role as Captain America now that he's assumed the mantle. Now, my final thought for this video as it pertains to the issue of Marvel moving the needle at the box office between now and when the movie drops. I really feel like if you already have your tickets, you have them, and nothing that they could put in the trailers or do or say between now and Thursday is going to change those sales. But I think my overall outlook on this is still ultra positive, because like the first Captain America Winter Soldier, if people go and see it and it's good, people are going to go back. Captain America is big enough IP. Sam Wilson has been an integral part of the Infinity Saga and the Multiverse Saga now, and people know that this is going to lead into Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars pretty soon. People are interested. The hype for Marvel is still there, and again, I think if people go and see this opening weekend and the buzz coming out from that first weekend is it's good, it's going to have legs and actually hold its numbers at the box office, which is not normally what happens. People go and see it, they go and see the Marvels, people said that it wasn't great, the box office fall off is real hard week 1 to week 2. I think this has all the opportunity in the world to do the opposite and actually sustain and put up some really pretty decent numbers way above what people are thinking it's going to do, maybe in the $500 million range. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. As always, I'm all ears. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We are still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel. We're just going to continue to do that until the PlayStation 5 Pro comes out or the PlayStation 6. Who knows what comes first. The best way to be entered to win is super simple. Just be a sub, leave the comment on the video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. The best way to keep up with the content here at the channel has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at @IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name All Fires. And while I would sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.